If a child has to fly somewhere to help a parent move, can she use her tzedakah money, her ma'aser ksafim money, to pay for the cost of the flight? And what about the opportunity lost in terms of the work? So this was a question asked by a Maharat, a rabbah, in England. And the father had died and was buried in Israel, and the mother wanted to move from Italy to Israel. And the question was, for the daughter to fly and help her, there would be take away time from the job and be very expensive for the flight, money she could not afford. And she wanted to use her ma'aser ksafim money, her tithe money, which the emphasis tends to be in terms of tzedakah, giving it to the indigent, but many of us explain it more broadly about giving it to tzedakahs, to, let's say, buying svarim, or giving money to a building of a new shul. Even though it's explained more broadly, the halacha is that you can't use it for a pre-existing obligation. I can't use my ma'aser money to buy a lulav and esrog. So here there's a mitzvah of kibud, which is an obligation. Can the ma'aser money be used for this? And the answer, surprisingly, is yes. Why? Because when it comes to the mitzvah of kibud, yes, there's a mitzvah to do the service. The Talmud emphasizes service is the mitzvah. Going to the store to get the groceries, driving a parent to the doctor, putting food on the table, making the meals. But when it comes to who pays for it, the Talmud actually says the child does not pay for it. The payment obligation is on the parent. Now, Rishonim say that's bizarre. How could it be that if I have an indigent parent, I have no responsibility to my father who can't pay for the groceries? Buy the groceries, yes, that's my responsibility, to bring them home. But to pay for them, that's his. He has no money. So they say, yes, the Rishonim say it would be the son's obligation, the daughter's obligation, but that's more from a mitzvah of tzedakah, or a blend of a mitzvah of tzedakah and of honoring one's parents. And because of that, they say, that can come from one's ma'aser money. Ideally, it should come from elsewhere. Don't use tzedakah money. But if necessary, it can come from your tzedakah money. So, yes, you might have an obligation to help your mom come from Italy to Israel, but that is not a financial obligation on you. That's just the moving. The financial obligation is part of some blend of tzedakah and kibud, and therefore, as tzedakah, you can definitely use your ma'aser money. The lost opportunity for the job, that you can't use ma'aser to pay back for, that's clear. But the cost of flight, that is not something you have a financial obligation to, or if you do, it's part of a tzedakah obligation. So the daughter was able to use her ma'aser ksafim money and to help her mother move.